my step-by-step guide to how I prepare for an architectural photography shoot. Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Rick McEvoy. I'm an architectural photographer based in the UK and I take photographs of buildings. That's what I write about, that's what I talk about, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. In the series of posts on my blog, I've been going through the process from start to finish of taking photos. So in this post, how I prepare for a shoot. Do I do all this stuff? Yes, I do. I genuinely do. This isn't something made up from Google research. This is me having written down what I do. So let me tell you. If you want to read the blog post, rickmcavoyphotography.com/blog/the title of any post. It's quite easy to get there and they're easy to navigate. Anyway, enough waffle. So first thing is the brief. Now, the brief is what I'm being paid to do. I have a copy of the brief on my iPad, which I take with me. I put it as a PDF into books. I can read it on my phone if I need to, so it's in two places. And the brief has another thing attached to it, which is called the shot list. I have the shot list on my phone, and I have it printed out on a piece of paper in my camera bag, and I also have it on a notebook. Now, call me paranoid. You may, if you want to. But I don't want to turn up for a commercial shoot and not know what photos I need to take. So these things are always with me. I used to tick off on the shot list every time I'd got a shot that I was happy with. Now I just go through the list at the end of the shoot to make sure I've got everything, but still something I do with all the technology in the world, a notebook and a pen. It's one of these, it's a notebook and it's got a little thingy for a pen. And I would not be without them. Right then, that's the paranoia out of the way. So let's get to the nuts and bolts of the shoot. Timing. Timing is critical. Get the timing wrong, the shoot is a disaster, your client's not happy. You've got to get it right. So what am I talking about here? Work status. Planning the shoots for when the work's actually complete. Bit of a nightmare. You turn up on a construction site that's deemed to be complete, and it very rarely is. There's always other stuff that needs to happen. And as soon as the work's finished, then the client, tenant, occupant have their stuff to move in. There's bits in the middle, so work status is critical. Site cleared. You turn up to a job that's complete, you'll still find quite often site accommodation there, cabins, toilets, skips, fencing, stuff. So it's a challenge sometimes. Obviously, if you're photographing a new build, you've got all these problems. But if it's an existing building, you're just turning up photographing the building. Client decant, already mentioned. Timing, sun orientation. Where is the sun shining? Do you need the sun shining on the front elevation? Do you need the sun shining in a certain direction to give depth to the details, bring out textures? Another thing to think about. Moving on, weather. If you live in California, Greece, Spain, lots of places, you can move on. I live in the UK. The weather's rubbish. It's nice today, I've had to close the blinds to get my lighting balanced, but the weather in the UK is so unpredictable, it is a problem. That's why I need dry weather. Bright and overcast I can live with. White fluffy clouds and sunshine and a calm, gentle breeze is my ideal. But if it's dry, I can live with that, because with the miracle that is Luminar 4. Now, I'm not being paid to say that, even though you go to my website and click on and buy it, I will be. This one's for free, Skylum. The wonderful Luminar 4, you can change the sky, and that's what I do. And a client has never said to me, I can't believe you changed the sky, that looks awful. All they say is, how have you made my building look so amazing on such a rubbish day? If it's raining, forget it. Nobody wants a photograph of a building when it's raining, when it's wet. It just doesn't work. Location. Where is the site? How do I get there? Never be late for a shoot. What I do is I get to a shoot early. And we're talking a minimum 30 minutes early, normally an hour. And I sit in my car and I can do work on my iPad. That's the beauty of the technology is now. Get there an hour early, nice relaxed drive, never under any stress, never had a problem, never been late, and I get some productive time at the other end, if I want to. Or I can just sit and stare out the window, up to me. Access to the site. Access has to be agreed. Who with? Do I need a site induction? Do I need PPE? Do I need to produce my CSCS card? All need sorting in advance. Gear. I'll write a separate detailed post about the gear that I use. Camera. Now we're getting on to the photography stuff. So a lot of the preparation for an architectural photography shoot is nothing to do with photography. It's to do with the shoot. Now we've got the gear to get sorted, haven't we? Okay, camera. I clean the mirror box with a hurricane blower. Between us, I don't clean the sensor. I just blow all the dust off the back of the sensor and it's fine. I clean around the lens mounting, and then I clean the outside of the camera body, everything. And this is before every shoot. Yes, I really do this. Lenses. I clean the front and rear lens. I wipe around the inside of the lens cap where you can get dust. What do I use for cleaning? I use Eclipse lens cleaning solution and PEC pads. Nice and easy, lasts you for donkey's years. You can clean other stuff too, like glasses or what have you. Not my contact lenses. See, no glasses today. Memory cards. I format all the memory cards I'm going to use. I place one empty memory card in the camera and the remainder go in a case with a yellow trim. Yes, I format all the cards I'm going to take with the camera I'm going to use. Always format memory cards in camera. Batteries. I charge all the batteries. 4 batteries for any shoots minimum. Loop viewer, tripod head. I'm not going to go through all of these individually. What do I want to mention out of these? I put blank formatted memory cards in a case with a yellow trim. At some point in the shoot, I will take the memory card out of my camera and put it in a case with a red trim. I know that case has got photos that I've taken. I then put a new blank memory card in my camera. If I have a memory card failure, I've not lost everything, just something, and I know where my memory cards are. Never any problems, never any confusion. Yes, I really do all this. Okay, my bag. Now, I use a Peak Design Everyday backpack for my site-based work because it goes on my back and it leaves me with hands-free, and I'm not taking a lot of gear anyway. I'm just taking camera body, lens. I leave everything else in the boot, just my go-to gear that I use on every shoot. That means I can climb up ladders, get onto scaffolds, down into excavations, anywhere. I'm not restricted, and I can be nimble. Well, as nimble as I would ever get. I'm not a nimble kind of person, more a plodder than a sprinter. Spare gear. Everything else that I have, that I use for my architectural photography work, is in a Low Pro Magnum bag, which I put in the boot of my car. And once in a blue moon, I will go back to my car to get something out of it. Normally I don't need to. I also leave my painter's pole in there. Yes, I have a painter's pole. One for another time. PPE. Boots, high-vis, hard hat, safety glasses, gloves, CSCS card. I know it's not PPE, but it's construction site related. All those things need to be ready to go. I don't want my shoelaces knotted or any of that nonsense. Everything's got to be prepped and ready and stored in the bag in the boot of my car. Now, last thing that needs preparing is me. I need a good night's sleep. I need to be well hydrated. I need to not have too much wine the night before. Problem there. Coffee. I take coffee with me. I have coffee when I'm driving, on arrival, blah, blah, blah. Clothing. The clothing I need to do the job and be comfortable. Now, on construction sites, you can go from hot outside to cold inside. It's a challenging environment. You've got the wind up on a scaffold, then you go around another elevation and there's no wind and it's baking hot, and you've got the sun reflecting off insulated panels. It's actually more difficult than you might think, so you need the right gear, you need to be equipped. And again, having a backpack means that I can put coats around. I won't bore you with that, it's just basically being comfortable. Time, already covered. Car, fuel, screen wash, bags packed, ready. Not overnight, of course. My bags are packed and I leave them in my home office ready to go the next day. Alarms, yep, prepare alarms. Well, you don't need me to tell you that you need to prepare an alarm to get up in the morning, do you? We're getting a bit obvious there. Right, that is how I prepare for an architectural photography shoot. Yes, I really do this. Yes, it was good writing it down because I don't have a checklist for this and I am thinking about creating one. I've actually been thinking about doing this for some time now, a number of checklists. Anyway, enough from me. Please check out my photography blog, rickmcavoyphotography.com/blog. And I have to ask you to check out the Photography Explained podcast, my own podcast, done by me, created by me, all very good. Photography things explained in less than 10 minutes, in plain English, without the relevant detail. I can say that when I'm recording a YouTube video, but when I'm recording a podcast episode, I can't. It's bizarre. Thanks for watching. I've been Rick McEvoy. See you on the next video.